Welcome to the Towerrunning channel. I'm your host Scott Stanley, and we have a guest appearance with Troy Alston. Troy, good to have you here.
Thank you, sir.
So what we're doing today is some basic stairwell techniques. Now, if you haven't found it yet, you'll find it in the show notes, and that would be PJ Glassey's seven rail techniques. And that's the one, anybody who's been doing the sport since 2010 and beyond, that's the video that you watch to learn how to do rail techniques. Now we're just going to show you a few other techniques. Hopefully we just get a few better camera angles that PJ just didn't have then, but make sure you look in the show notes and you'll see the link to PJ's video. It's a great video. And if you're in the Seattle area, you got to get to X Gym, because if you want to learn how to do stair climbing well and be a great athlete, X Gym's the place to go.
Absolutely.
So Troy, what we're going to do here is we're going to do a few techniques for the beginners. We'll do about 4. The first technique will just be walking up stairwell, which is what most people do. And then we're going to do just a few advanced things to help you use your energy the best way you could use energy in stair climb. None of these things are too hard. You really don't have to practice them too much, but it'll give you an idea of maybe better ways to climb in a tower running event. Sound good, Troy?
Sounds good.
All right, let's get to work.
So one of the things we want to keep you aware of is when you're stair climbing, you can just take one step at a time. You don't necessarily have to be competitive from the start. You can just walk one step at a time, just step up. Have to start somewhere. Or when you get more comfortable, you can actually use the handrail to pull yourself up a little bit. When you get more comfortable taking the stairs, you can even use both rails. Once again, just taking it one step at a time. Using both rails is going to take some of the weight and stress off your lower extremities and make it a little bit more easier for you. The next phase, once you get comfortable and want to become a little bit more competitive, is just to walk up the stairs taking 2 steps at a time. Taking 2 steps at a time is also a good workout for your quads and will also result in a better time for you.
So if you're going to start into more advanced techniques, and really this is the best way to climb stairs because it helps conserve your energy and not burn up your legs, then you can start doing 2 steps at a time and using the alternate rails. Now Troy's going to go back down and do that, because we're not going to edit this part. We're going to leave it in there. Troy's going to go back in there and do it at a normal speed because apparently the camera could not keep up with it. So Troy, you can kind of make that kind of slow motion. So he's using the alternate rails to help pull himself up. Actually, that is Troy at his fastest right there. So we're going to show you some more angles of this and of the alternate. This is the alternate arms, 2 steps at a time. So the last technique we're going to talk about is the double pull technique. This is where you climb 2 steps at a time and you're actually pulling on each side of the rail at the same angle. Instead of going one rail and then the opposite side, you're doing both sides at the same time, as we see Troy illustrate.
feels so tacky. That feels so tacky. Oh my goodness.
So there you have it, folks. Some simple techniques for the beginners. Now make sure you go to the link for PJ Glassey's 7 rail techniques. There's a lot of buildings where you can only use one rail. The stairwells are too wide apart. Buildings like the Willis Skyrise in Chicago, the Big D Climb in Dallas, the 80-story Aon race in Chicago. And there's a technique called the rope pull technique. You'll want to look at that. But those are some simple techniques that if you practice on those, that will make you a faster climber. And Troy is one of the fastest sprint climbers in the world. If there's a building that's 50 stories and below, you better watch out, because Troy is one of the fastest climbers you could go up against. It was great spending time with Troy. I hope you enjoyed these techniques. If you're able to get into a stairwell, practice those, and don't just use your legs. Try to make sure you use your arms to help pull you up. That way you use your whole body. You'll want to lean forward just a little bit so that gravity's working with you. Use those rails, and hey, it's all about having fun, having a great climb, a great time, and getting into great physical condition. So we appreciate you watching this. We'll see you next time. Have a great climb in fast times, and we'll see you at the top. Thanks for watching.